So we have a topic here, resolution by circulation. This is very important topic. It has been appeared twice in 2020 December examination. So when does resolution by circulation fails? So where not less than 1/3 of the total number of directors, they are talking about 1/3 of the total number of the directors for the time being required resolution under the circulation to be decided at the meeting. Now the chairman shall put the resolution for consideration at the meeting of board. Now notice and agenda are not necessary for passing resolution by circulation. So however, necessary papers which explains the purpose of the resolution shall be sent along with the draft resolution to the directors, or in case of a committee, to all the members of the committee. So we have each resolutions shall be separately explained. So each of the resolution we have to explain separately, and also the decision of the directors shall be sought for each resolution separately. If a single note containing more than one resolution may be circulated, but note should be enable the specifying of the decision by the director on each resolution separately. This means a single note containing more than one resolution may be circulated, but the note should be enabling the signifying of the decisions by the director on each resolution separately. Now we have that resolution, if we passed, it shall be deemed to have been passed on earlier of, like the last date specified, or specifying assent or dissent by the directors, or the last date on which assets have been received from the required majority, provided that on that date the number of directors who have not yet responded to the resolution under circulation, along with the directors who have expressed their desire under the resolution under the circulation, be decided at the meeting of the board, and also shall not be 1/3 or more of the total number of directors, and shall be effective from that date, if no other effective date is specified in the such resolution. Now we have chairman discretion on minutes. We have, like, chairman has absolute discretion to exclude from the minutes, and also matters in which his opinions are or could reasonably be regarded as defamatory to any person, irrelevant or immaterial to the proceedings, which are detrimental to the interest of the company. We have secretarial standard 2, that is convening a meeting. So authority to convene a general meeting, basically the general meeting shall be convened or an authority of the board, means it has to be convened by or authority of the board. And also notice of general meeting, that it shall be in writing. Notice shall specify the date, time, day and full address of the venue of the meeting. Also annual general meeting shall also specify the serial number of the meeting. For the board meeting also we have a serial number provision, and for the general meeting also we have a serial number provision. A notice that shall contain complete particulars of the venue of the meeting, including route map and prominent landmark. So it have complete address detail, and also it's quite easy to locate. Also the company in which its directors and relatives are members, a wholly owned subsidiary. In that case, it is not required to give a landmark if it is they both are relatives and like it's a wholly owned subsidiary. And notice and accompanying document shall be given 21 clear days advance notice. So we need to give 21 clear days advance notice to the company. Also there is a delivery of notice, like notice in writing. Every meeting shall be given to every notice, means notice or in the notice in writing of every meeting shall be given to every member of the company at address registered with the company or depository, also the directors and auditors of the company, secretarial auditor, debenture trustee, and wherever applicable or so required, or other specified persons. So we have, like, delivery of notice, that is notice in writing of every meeting shall be given to So notice in writing shall be given to room. Each member of the company at their address, which is registered by the company. Also the directors, the auditors, the secretarial auditor, the debenture trustees, and wherever applicable so required, or many other specified person. Mode of delivery of notice, we know that it shall be by hand, by ordinary post. By hand, why we are saying this? Because there are chances that somebody came to the office and you could give that notice to him by hand. It is basically an invitation to come out to the meeting. So notice shall be sent by hand, by ordinary post, by speed post, or by registered post. Means ordinary post, speed post, mean any post could be work here. Also by courier, by face smiley, and also by email or any other electronic means. It could be went through an email, through any post, and through any by hand also it could work. So electronic means like any communication sent by a company through its authorized and secure computer program which is capable of producing confirmation and keeping a record of such communication addressed to the person entitled to receive such communication, at least electronic mail address provided by the members, means whatever email ID that has been provided by the member on which we can send that notice. Also the company shall ensure that it uses a system which produces confirmation of the total number of recipients. Means there is, the company shall also has to ensure that it is using the system which produces confirmation of the total recipients, means who has received that. It's not like that we are sending someone randomly, but there is a proper record that we have. Company has a system, company has a software design which company has detailed that who has received that email, and also record of such recipient to whom notice has been sent. Then also we need to take a record and a copy of such record, and the notice of any failed transmission and subsequent resending shall be retained by or on behalf of the company as a proof of sending. So for such period as decided by the board, which shall not be less than 3 years from the date of meeting, and notice shall be sent to members by registered post, speed post, or courier, or by email or any other ordinary post in the following cases. Now if the company provides facility of e-voting, so e-voting facility has been provided by the company. So e-voting facilities provided by the company. Also, item of the business is being transacted through postal ballot. So if a particular mode of delivery is specified by a member, the notice shall be sent by that mode at expense of the member. Means if there is any specified particular mode, then the cost of that mode has to be paid by the member, not by the company. Also the notice shall be sent to the members by registered post, speed post, email if the meeting is called by requisitionist. Means if there is 1/10 member can apply for the meeting, and themselves by the board has not proceeded to call the meeting. In case the company have opened the website, a notice shall simultaneously be hosted on the website till conclusion of such meeting. Okay, we have another topic, that is like in case of a private company, the notice shall be hosted on the website if unless otherwise provided in the articles. Means article is specifying properly, then it's basically the discretionary power of the private limited company. If it is mentioned in the articles, then it is necessary to provide. If it is not mentioned, then it is not so necessary. Now the date and time of conducting annual general meeting. Board meeting we can conduct in any time, any day, but an annual general meeting and a meeting called by requisition shall be called during business hours only, that is between 9 to 6 p.m. Means 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. is the timing, and not on the national holiday. So the day which has been declared as a national holiday, we cannot conduct such annual general meeting on that day. Also, the venue of the annual general meeting shall be held either at the registered office of the company or at some place within the city, town, or village in the registered office of the company is situated. So, it could be any place where the registered office, we could conduct this meeting in the registered office, And if it is not that spacious, then we could have conduct any other place but within the same city, town and village. And where the general meetings may be held at any place within the India. Means general meeting, if we talk about extraordinary general meetings, or the general meetings could be held at any place within the India. Okay, but for the specifically annual general meeting, they have a provision that it must be within that city or town or village. Now, if we have like a meeting called by request shall be held either at the registered office of the company or at some other place within the city, town, village in which the registered office of the company is situated. And in case of a government company, we talk about means I'm reading it like again, like a meeting that is called by the requisitionist shall be held either at the registered office of the company or at some other place within the city, town, village and registered office of the company situated. So in case of a government company, the annual general meeting shall be held at its registered office or any other place with the approval of the central government. Means it should be held registered office or any other place with approval of the central government as they may be required in this behalf. So notice to containing information about proxy. So we have a proxy provision in the company. So like the notice of the company which has share capital, like which company has a share capital, or the articles which provide for the voting at the meeting by proxy, that shall prominently contain the statement that the member is entitled to attend and vote is entitled to appoint a proxy, or where that is allowed, and one or more proxy to attend and vote instead of himself, and that the proxy need to be a member. So in case of a private company, the notice shall specify the entitlement of a member to appoint proxy in accordance with this para unless otherwise provided in the article. So what it basically talks about the proxy. Proxy, it says that the company has to have which has a share capital, or it is authorized by the articles. So they can provide voting at a meeting by proxy. Means proxy can vote in that. Then shall prominent containment statement like members are entitled to attend and vote is entitled to appoint a proxy, or where that is allowed one or more proxies entitled to the voting instead of himself, then the proxy need not be a member. So here is a point like members that is entitled to attend and vote is entitled to appoint a proxy. Okay. Now where that is allowed, one or more proxy means if there is one proxy and there is more than one proxy for the same member to attend and vote instead of itself, and that a proxy need not be a member. Means the talking they are saying here that proxy in case of a private company, the notice shall specify the entitlement of that member to appoint proxy in accordance with this para unless otherwise provided in the articles. So that has to be provided under the articles of the company if they want to appoint proxy. Also, like the notice of a company, they are taking that members who are entitled to attend and vote in entitled to appoint a proxy. Okay, that's clear. Now, where that is allowed, okay, one or more proxy, okay, to attend and vote instead of himself means the member is not voting, and the proxy need not be a member means proxy cannot be a member, and proxy it's not necessary that proxy has to be a member to vote such. Okay, that's not clear. Why they made it so difficult. Now the notice shall clearly specify the nature of the meeting and the business to be transacted therein. Now in respect of the items of the special business, each item shall be in the form of resolution and shall be accompanied by an explanatory statement which shall set out all such facts as would enable a member to understand the meaning, scope and implications of the items of a business and to take decision thereon. Also, in respect of the ordinary business, resolution are required to be stated in the notice. If we talk about postponement and cancellation of the meeting, so if for the reason beyond the control of the board, The meeting cannot be held on the date originally fixed. The board may reconvene the meeting to transact the same business as specified in the original notice after giving not less than 3 days intimation to the members. That is in English language and also in vernacular language. Frequency of the meeting, if we talk about like annual general meeting, every company shall in each calendar year hold a general meeting. That has to be called annual general meeting. Extraordinary general meeting, if you talk about, it may be held as when required 2 consecutive annual general meetings. Item of business that has to be other than the ordinary business may be considered as extraordinary general meeting. Means not ordinary business, we are talking in the extraordinary general meeting, and or by means of postal ballot if thought fit by the vote. Now the quorum that has to be present through the meeting from the commencement as well as the business is transacted. Now the member need not to be personally present at the meeting to constitute the quorum. The proxies shall be excluded. Means members that need to be attended personally to form the quorum, but proxies are not counted for the quorum in case of extraordinary general meeting. If we talk about presence of directors and directors, if any director is unable to attend the meeting, the chairman shall explain such absence at the meeting. If director is not present, then the chairman has to explain why he is not so. Now, directors who attended general meeting of the company secretary shall be seated with the chairman. Okay. We talk about auditors, like auditors unless exempted by the company shall either by themselves or through their authorized representative attend the general meeting of the company, and it shall have the right to be heard at such meetings on the part of the business which concern them as an auditor. Means auditors unless exempted by the company shall either by themselves or through any authorized representative attend the general meeting of the company and shall have the right to be heard at such meeting on the part of the business which concern them as an auditor. If we talk about secretarial auditor, unless exempted by the company, shall either by himself through authorized representative attend the annual general meeting and shall have right to be heard at such meeting on the part of the business which concern him as a secretarial auditor. If we talk about chairman, like appointment of the chairman is like the chairman of the board shall take the chair and conduct the meeting. And if the chairman is not present within 15 minutes appointing and holding the meeting, or if he is unwilling to act as a chairman, so if no director has been so designated, if there is already specification that if chairman is absent, then we could make him that director as a chairman, and if there is no such specification, then the director present at the meeting shall elect one of themselves to be a chairman. Now, if no director is present within 15 minutes after the time of holding the meeting, or if no director is willing to take the chair, the member present shall elect to show of hand one of themselves to be, meaning directors are not willing to act as a chairman, and if they are not present within 15 minutes, then members can choose one of them to act as a chairman. And if poll is demanded, on the election of chairman, then it shall be taken forth in accordance with the provisions of this Act. Also, in case of a private company, if you know that the appointment of the chairman shall be in accordance with this para, unless otherwise provided in the articles. So, in case of a private company, there is appointment of the chairman that shall be in accordance with the para. And if you talk about the role of chairman, that is the chairman shall explain the objectives and implications of the resolution before they are put to vote at the meeting. So in case of a public company, the chairman shall not propose to any resolution in which he is deemed to be concerned or interested, nor shall he conduct the proceedings for that item of the business. If we talk about proxy, it is very important for us to know that what does it mean. Proxy, we know that the member that is entitled to attend and vote is entitled to appoint a proxy, and where that is not allowed, one or more proxy to attend vote instead himself, proxy need not to be a member. Means a member is entitled to vote can appoint a proxy, and where that is allowed, one or more proxy to attend and vote himself instead of himself, then the proxy need not be a member. So a proxy can act on behalf of a member not exceeding 50, means 50 members that give a proxies he can hold, and any holding in aggregate not more than 10% of the total share capital of the company carrying voting right. So 50 members, and if it has to be 1/10 of the total share capital, not exceeding that. Like if one person has 80%, or suppose one person have 11% of share capital of the company, then that proxy cannot be allowed of having another person's proxy. So only the aggregate of more than means on the behalf of not exceeding 50, and holding in the aggregate not more than 10% of the total paid up share capital, total share capital of the company that is carrying voting rights. So they are talking about voting rights. Okay, so who deposits of proxy and authorizations. So this shall now also be stated that in the notice with equal prominence that proxies shall be deposited with the company either in person or through post not less than 48 hours before the commencement of the meeting in relation to which they are deposited. It means they need to tell before 48 hours that before 48 hours as a commencement. So if we talk about stamping of proxies, like the stamp, an instrument of proxy is valid only if it is properly stamped as per the applicable laws. Unstamped or inadequately stamped proxies or proxies on which stamps have not been cancelled are invalid. Also, a proxy form which does not state the name of the proxies shall not be considered valid. Also, undated proxies shall not be considered valid, and a proxy letter in date revokes any proxy dated prior to such proxy. Here there is a voting, like proposing a resolution at meeting means every resolution that accepts a resolution which has been put to vote through remote e-voting or on which the poll has been demanded shall be proposed by a member or seconded by another member. The fact of who proposes and who seconded the resolution shall be recorded in the minutes of the resolution. So if we talk about method of e-voting is basically where every company having its equity shares listed on a recognized stock exchanges and other than companies whose equity shares are listed on SME exchange or on institutional trading platforms and other companies as prescribed shall provide e-voting facility to their members to exercise their voting rights. Every company which has provided e-voting facility to its member shall also put every resolution to put through a ballot process at the meeting. If we talk about show of hands, that is every company shall at the meeting put every resolution except a resolution which has been put to remote e-voting to vote on show of hands, then at the first instance unless poll is validated demanded. So here poll is like the chairman shall order a poll upon receipt of the valid demand of poll either before or on the declaration of the results of the voting on any resolution on the show of hands. If we conduct of the meeting, like conduct of e-voting, if we talk about like every company that is required to opt to provide e-voting facility to its member has to comply, shall have to comply within the provision of this regard. Like every company that is providing e-voting facility shall offer such facility to all the members irrespective of whether they hold shares in physical form or dematerialized form. Also, the facility for remote e-voting shall remain open for not less than 3 days. Also, the voting period shall be closed at 5 p.m. on the day preceding the day of general meeting. If we talk about a board approval, the board shall appoint one or more scrutinizer for e-voting or the ballot process. If we talk about appointing an agency, it decided the cutoff for the purpose of reckoning the name of members who are entitled to voting rights. If we talk about notice, like mode of delivery of notice of the meeting wherein the facility Notice of the meeting. Need to check out. It is lengthy and we'll discuss later on, guys. Thank you.